Hey, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is Donna from Tarot Tarot doing a quick read for you. We're going to go over your money, your career, your love life, do a general spread at the end. We're going to do the all signs if you're dealing with an Aries, if you're dealing with a Taurus, if you're dealing with a Gemini, etc. If any card repeats, I'll point that out in case it's something you need to hear. If any sign repeats, I'll point that out in case it's confirmation for somebody you came here to hear about. If you like it, if it resonates, feel free to hit the like button, comment, share, whatever makes you happy. I gotta say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. I looked in my analytics real quick. We'll get to your money in 1 second. I just want to say thank you because I looked at my analytics and 51% of my viewers come from the United States, which means 49% of my viewers are from India, UK, Canada, Australia, Philippines, Mexico, Brazil, Indonesia, South Africa, Germany, Pakistan, and Argentina, France, Russia, Spain, Iraq, New Zealand, Colombia, United Arab Emirates. I was kind of shocked by that. Netherlands, Thailand, Turkey, Malaysia, Algeria, Egypt, Romania, Ireland, Sweden. This is in the order that the percent of viewers. Sweden, Ukraine, Portugal, Italy, Saudi Arabia, Peru, Greece, Sri Lanka, and many more. That's on the first page. It shows you the first 50, and then after that, there's like more pages. But I don't know. There could be like 300 countries that are viewing my videos, and I'm shocked and amazed. And thank you to everybody in the United States and outside that's viewing. Thank you. So it takes about an hour to transfer or translate a video, so that to edit it and then publish it in English so I can translate it into other languages. I translated into, I think, 48 languages. I think it was the last Leo video. But it takes about an hour to do, and if I do 18 videos, it's 18 hours of editing. So that's why you probably don't see a lot of transcribing happening right now. But thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's get right to your money. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. I'm literally being watched all over the world, and it is the coolest thing ever. If you told me 3 years ago when I first started that this would happen, I wouldn't have believed it. And it's been a hard road to hoe because I'm working a benefits job right now still full-time in a warehouse 10 hours a day because that's what pays really well. And they work with my schedule. It's easy to get the time off if I needed it, or whatever. But it's hard to do this because I'm doing this on the side. So I'm building this channel on the side. So it's taken November 2020 is when I started. So thank you. All right, so let's get to your money. We're going to use the Light Seers deck. I just had to say that. I could not believe. When I looked at my analytics, I was shocked. I was like, 51% of my people are from the United States. Well, where's the other 49%? And I started looking, and I was just like blown away. And it's, for example, I think in Germany alone, I have, I want to say 19 hours of, I think over the last 90 days, I believe, 19 hours of my view time is in Germany. And it's not even one of the highest viewer, I think India is like the second to the United States, 51% US, and like 10 point something India. I had no idea. So thank you. Look at this. What card did not want it? It was on the bottom. Oh my God, Leo. So why did it stay? So this was on the bottom of the deck before I started shuffling. So there could be, but what ended up on the bottom of the deck? Okay, so you're releasing unhealthy habits and possibly addictions. Some of you all, if you have struggled with addictions, you're releasing that, and that's awesome. The Judgment card, depending on what deck you use, can be, it can depict a different version. Like, that Judgment card obviously shows releasing something, but some Judgment cards will show like raising something from the dead, like restarting something. So depending on which one, like if you're doing a relationship reading and you see the Judgment card showing people coming up out of their graves, it's like a restart, bringing something back from the dead. In this case, it would be releasing the person, releasing the relationship. All right, so your money though, let's see what's going on. There's been a little bit of heartbreak. So you've been through it financially. I think a lot of Leos feel like they've really been through it. And it may have you really cautious and almost having trust issues with people and things. Like if somebody says, would you like to take, would you like a subscription to this? Would you like to, anything. It could be like a streaming service. it's only, you know, $2 a month or $4 a month. It's only this or that. But at some point, you don't trust it because you're like, yeah, but you're gonna raise the price. You're gonna tackle on other things. Before I know it, that $2 or $4 is gonna end up being like $15 a month before I know it. And you know, so you're very distrustful right now of financial, I almost want to say offers, but just, you know, things look better. You feel like they look better than they are. They're not as good as they look, or does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you. So you've been through a lot of changes. You've had a lot of disappointment financially, because look at this. And it's like cycles of, you know, things are going good and then things going bad, and then things are going good and then they go bad again. So I think a lot of you feel like, is it ever going to really turn around? And the Strength card, I did get the Strength card on the bottom of this other deck when I was looking, and that's your card. So before I talk about this, I do want to address this. I got in this other deck. I'm going to have to pause this probably. My neighbor's doing something in the back and it's making a lot of noise, and the dog's probably going to bark again. But this card came up, and then I clarified with this, which you have the Strength card and the High Priestess in reverse. Now, I'm looking at their explanations. To me, the Strength card is always showing, you know, you're having to have self-discipline in a situation. This isn't just for your money. This is overall. But you're trying to, you know, well, according to this, it's courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, inner strength. That's what I'm thinking. Focus, compassion, but self-discipline is how I see it. Now, the High Priestess in reverse, secrets, harm, hidden agenda, disconnected from intuition, withdrawn. I feel like a lot of you all are withdrawn right now. Silence, selfishness, shallowness, ignorance, misunderstanding. I think a lot of you are just withdrawn right now in general, not just, you know, with financial stuff, but like you're kind of withdrawn and staying to yourself, which is interesting because Leo has a reputation for being very social, very gregarious, you know, putting themselves out there. Maybe not quite the social butterfly that a Libra is, but if you have placements in Libra, that makes you more of a social butterfly. But a lot of you all, I think, are just withdrawn right now. And there's a focus on, and this is another deck that I love the back of the cards. They're beautiful, and I love how they look on this table. But I tell you what, it's a goofy looking, they use the first 12, the major arcana are signs and planets. And then the suits are like circles. It's just weird. But this is supposed to be the Four of Wands, and it's upright. So there could have been misunderstanding, miscommunication, maybe some friction at home with your home situation. But let's go back to your money now. So, you know, having the Strength card show up again, that's your card. Trying to have inner strength and self-discipline, and not let yourself get head over heels, you know, and maybe spend emotionally, possibly. So I think you're just trying to move on from any kind of heartbreak or chaos with your finances. You have the Six of Swords, you know, as the last card. So that's just you moving on from that. All right, so let's look at... All right, let's look at your career with the Modern Witch Tarot. Choices. Do you have lots of choices, or are you being realistic about your choices? What's being offered to you? Let's see. A lot of people keep getting the well, the Six of Pentacles. What was the other card that keeps, well, we'll see, because it'll probably come out. If you have a thing with somebody at work, and it may not be a thing, it might be a secret, like you might just have secret feelings for somebody, or somebody might have secret feelings with you, for you, And it might not be a romantic thing. There might just be somebody at work that it's kind of like a soulmate, like I don't know if it's like a really, like a coworker that you're really, really close to, you're best friends with, or if there is a boss or employee that you have a really strong bond with. It may not be romantic, but this shows up on the bottom of the deck. I'm just putting that out there. Now, the is it the devil? No, it's not the devil card. Yes, it is the devil card. The devil and the lover's card shows kind of the same situation. It's well, not situation. I take that back. Not the same situation, but you have the two people and they're kind of, in the devil card, they're chained together. Here, they're not chained together, but they're still together. So I'm going to go with that. I think there may be somebody in your work life situation that is kind of a soulmate energy. But what is the Six of Pentacles? Somebody in your career, your job, whatever, is trying to make things right. I don't know if they did something wrong. I don't know if there was gossip and they're apologizing for what they said or did, or if a boss, if they shortchanged you on your paycheck. Something is being made right. Somebody is making it right. And this keeps coming out in everybody's career reading. So a lot of people are dealing with immature coworkers, or whether it be bosses, coworkers, or employees, people being just really immature. You're dealing with immature people. And you're having to have very clear boundaries and tell people, like if it's somebody who's trying to drag you into a argument or gossiping, if they're trying to drag you into something and to where, like a trap almost, trying to get you to say something about somebody else or about the bosses, you're being very clear. You're like, nah, I'm not a part of that. You are very stable financially, even if you don't feel like you are. I guess I want to say compared to other people. You may not see it. So if you don't see your own stability, it is here. It's here. And I think you having firm boundaries with people is going to keep you stable. But you are very indecisive right now. I don't know if you're indecisive. Let me see, just out of curiosity, what are you indecisive about? Because you have a decision to make, or decisions to make. I feel like it's a decision. Okay, so there's going to be a Leo, not Libra. There's going to be a Leo. You might be dealing with somebody with you, or somebody you're dealing with may have placements in Libra because they're right next to each other. Like Venus and Libra or whatever. So either you're not letting people know what you're up to, what your plans are. There's going to be a Leo out there that's trying to sneak off to another job. There's going to be a Leo out there that's going to say, I just need to take some time off. I need to take take 3 months off or something like that to go to another job, because the employer, the place you work, they're not going to handle it well if you try to quit, and you may think that they're going to try to get even. So if you try to leave, you're going to say, I just need to take a what do they call it? Not a sabbatical. I always forget what it is. But make a few months off, and you'll come. You need a few months off to heal, recuperate, whatever it is you say. But you're actually sneaking off to another job. For the rest of you, I think you may be indecisive whether or not to deal with somebody that you think is sneaky and shady, and you're like, you may like that person. It could be your actual job, the place you work. You could feel like it might be toxic, or there's a lot of toxicity, dishonesty, and you're indecisive as to whether or not to stay or go. Emotions, whatever the situation is, emotions are clouding your judgment. That's the situation. All right, so I'm going to put these up here. Let's do your love portion with the Runic Tarot. And I'm not going to look at the bottom of the deck this time. We're just going to shuffle and go. Shuffle and go. All right, so feeling stuck. So there's a lot of you may have or be dealing with somebody with Taurus placements, but there's a focus on stability, like when I say stability, I'm just going to come right out and say it. The King of Pentacles it represents a rich man or a masculine power, masculine influence that's very stable financially. Look at all this major arcana in your love read coming out. So you may feel like things are stuck in limbo. You're being quiet, trying to pay attention to your, listen to your intuition. And you're not letting people know what's going on in your love life. You may be feeling like impulsive. You may be feeling like just... Before I say that, I'm going to get clarification on that. Okay, so Leo, if you feel like you've been left out in the cold by somebody, you may be just feeling like going out and seeing what else is out there. So there might be big changes. I'm shocked that I don't see the Tower card here, because with all this major arcana, you've got the Hangman, the High Priestess, the Fool card, all in the beginning. So I feel like you're going to get unstuck. You're going to get unstuck. Now, if you feel this way, I feel like you don't have a reason to feel this way. If this is you, if this Page of Pentacles is you, where you feel like you don't have a whole lot to offer, usually Leos have a lot of confidence. So either you're feeling this way and you don't need to because you're good, or you may be dealing with or have dealt with somebody. If you haven't dealt with them yet, then you may be dealing with somebody in the future that feels like they don't have enough to offer. Like they just feel like they don't have anything to offer. That they're small potatoes, so to speak. Yeah, you're taking charge of things. But I have to pay attention to this. The King of Pentacles on the bottom. Ultimately, when it comes to relationships, you are very stable. Like you're reliable. I know sometimes you all get a reputation, and I think it's the unhealed version of you all. The ones out there that are immature and unhealed give all Leos a bad reputation for not being loyal. If you're mature and healed, you're loyal. So the bad apples try to spoil the whole bunch, so to speak. But yeah, you're actually very loyal. You're very stable. You've got your act together. Now, okay, let me just see. Have you dealt with somebody that did not have their act together? What was the situation? Well, that doesn't quite clarify, because the Nine of Cups in this deck, they may be somebody that saw you, I'm not sure which one it is, as their wish, and that they could have a family together, they could, enjoy, it might be somebody who would want to have a big family, or just, family is really important to them. Being, like, sitting at the dinner table and having everybody around is like a big deal to them. Like, being able to look around and see, the family. And I think if it's somebody you've dealt with in the past, they have a lot of regret. They have a lot of regret. I think they may want to apologize. They have regret, and they wish they hadn't acted. Look at this. I wish they hadn't let their fears get the best of them. Their fears and insecurities get the best of them. So if somebody's acting a fool, that's what's going on. All right, so general spread. We're going to do it with the Tattoo Tarot. And of course, I'm going to go over 20 minutes. I was trying not to. I was trying to keep it under 20. It is what it is. I guess if a reading is supposed to go over, it's supposed to. Empress. You have the Emperor here, but you have the Empress here. Interesting. Oh, and I've said the King of Pentacles. We already mentioned that, right? That is Taurus energy. Well, something is ending. It's either ending or transforming in a big way. actually going to, I'm going to do clarifications. Why is the Empress card here? You're committing to growth, learning big lessons about growth, and giving yourself. I feel like, I don't know, there's somebody spying on you. I know that. And a person you've dealt with, they can be, I want to say they can be, so maybe they're not honest all the time, but they can be very honest, and when they are, they come off as very cold and calculating, but at the same time, they see you as their wish. So why is the Three of Wands here? Who's waiting, and what's the waiting all about? Ugh, okay, so some of y'all are waiting on sex. I'm just saying, you might be waiting on connecting with somebody for sex. I'm just saying. Knight of Coins. Why is the Knight of Coins here? A lot of you have, a lot of you have dealt with somebody who is emotionally immature, and that's why things feel like they've taken forever to get anywhere. And then the Queen of Wands, there's communication. There's going to be communication, because it's leading up to that communication with a person who, both of you have a lot of passion for each other. Look at the King of Coins comes out again. So there could be some Taurus placements, some in Rising or Venus, either in your chart or somebody else's chart, that you've dealt with or you're going to be dealing with. There's going to be communication, though, with somebody who comes off with feminine energy, who's very confident. A confident person who both you and that person have a lot of passion for each other, but there's going to be communication with them. The Death card, however, there's big transformations going on in your life right now. Big changes. You're ending certain ways of doing things, and I keep seeing the King of Pentacles. How you move when you're out in the world, you're going through a lot of big changes. I am shocked that I don't see the Tower here, because big changes. I keep seeing major arcana for you all. Major arcana is like, it's a big deal. These are big life changes. All right, so let's just go right to the all signs. If you're dealing with an Aries, that's coming to an end. If you're dealing with an Aries, that's coming to an end. Because of, I think this is on their part, secrets, fears, irrational fears, confusion. They feel like secrets is more than anything. If you were dealing with an Aries, I think they were just kind of, I don't want to say shady, but I kind of do. They like to keep you in the dark about stuff. Taurus, if you're dealing with a Taurus, they're ignoring you and they're at a crossroads. Gemini, they want to make things right. They see you as their happily ever after. Cancer, they're going to offer you love. They're also trying to decide, they're trying to see what they've gotten out of it. I don't like that necessarily. Whenever I see, they're wondering if it's worth it. They're basically trying to decide if it's worth it, but they're going to offer you love. They're indecisive. I don't like that. If you're dealing with a fellow Leo, they have regrets, and they're focusing on self-love right now and healing. The Virgo is not, nope. Look at this. I'm going to say no for the Virgo. They're a juggler and they're very controlling. I don't like that. Whenever I see the Two of Pentacles, I don't get good energy off of that. Libra is losing sleep over this and they want to move forward. They also have control issues. Scorpio, you're their wish and they want to commit to you. Sagittarius is all up in their head and they're impulsive. So they let their impulses get the best of them, just so you know. Capricorn, that's a big no. You want to talk about stubborn? They're not gonna. You're gonna have a hard time shaking the Capricorn. I'm just telling you right now. You're gonna have a hard time shaking them because they're determined to not let you go. So if you don't want to be with this person, you're gonna. I almost want to say restraining order. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't get good energy off of that. Aquarius. Either you two are distant, or maybe they're acting distant, and they're just waiting to see what you're gonna do. I feel like it's a mind game. I feel like they're playing mind games. I don't like that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pisces has a lot of passion for you and feels like it's a disaster. And somebody is asking information about you. Whoever you're dealing with, they're doing some digging, they're asking advice. Do they want to work with you? I feel like it's not, they feel like it's a burden. All right. With that said, Leo, thank you, love you, and I will see you all in the next one. Oh, and there's playlists, by the way. If you want to see, like, if this doesn't resonate, and you might want to check out one of your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. But also, there's playlists for every sign. And there's also a random playlist for anybody who wants to look at deck reviews. For somebody out there that might want to do buy a tarot deck for yourself or for somebody else, there is deck reviews in the random playlist. All right, with that said, thank you, love you, and I will see you all in the next one.